I've been spending this 4th of July holiday weekend doing a lot of home organization and purging. Office, kids stuff, closet, that kind of thing. And it feels amazing. It's also practically 100 degrees outside. So there's kind of not much else to do except hang out inside. Oh my God, I'm sweating. It's so hot. I should have turned the air conditioner on more, but we're gonna get through this. Okay, so I have true empties, things that have been completely used up. I have a couple of in and outs, so replace, like things that I've directly replaced that I'm gonna show you. And then I just have some discards and clear outs. They could be considered disappointing. They could be considered just expired. So we'll kind of cover all of that. Let's start with the in and outs. Just this morning, in fact, maybe I have one more use, but I mean, there's a very teeny bit. I'll probably do my brows with this tomorrow and it'll be done. This is the Kimiko Brow Pencil. I get it in the shade Black Tea, and this is the only thing I use in my brows. It's excellent. So I do the Rye Brow Gel first, and then I put this through my brows to fill in patches and give it some structure. I basically have been using that combo exclusively for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. I sometimes will use the Viseart brow powders, but it just takes a lot longer. So this is my everyday. This is an exciting one because it's not often that we finish makeup. I finished my second Manasi pencil. So this is a lip liner. It's in the shade Spinoso, and I have finished one other Manasi pencil, and that was like sometime last year. It was in the shade Yukon, which is kind of an everyday dark kind of nudie pink. Have repurchased that. That's in my makeup bag. So this is a brand new Manasi 7 Spinoso, and I basically use these until they cannot be sharpened anymore. So there's a tiny little nub there. This is a really nice warm pink. It's very similar to Manasi 7 True Skin, but I really like doing this with a kind of a, to make a soft pinky red, which has been my go-to lip for summer. Not what's on my lips right now, but this with like a kind of a soft red on top blended out has been my everyday go-to. The last thing's not makeup or skincare, but I figured it was worth mentioning. This is the Briotech Abrasia Gel. This is the one that's going out because I feel like the product kind of separated, and during the most recent Amazon Prime Day, I just picked up a new bottle. So this is what I use when my kids have scrapes or cuts. So it kind of serves as a little bit of a Neosporin alternative. So it's cooling, it's soothing. I feel like it gives a little bit of pain relief, and it just kind of cleans the area before you put a Band-Aid on. So this is what the new packaging looks like, and this is the one that's getting discarded. Right. True empties. I have 2 products from Red Flower. These are the mists. So I have the Rose Camellia Plum Soft Water Mist. It's so satisfying to see these empty, and the Orange Quince Steam Mist. There's a third one of these. It's kind of in it has a light blue motif, and I always forget the name of it. It sort of smells like the Manasi 7 body products, or what's the other recent product, that the Ursa Major body serum, like that kind of Japanese tea garden smell. My favorite of the 3 by far is the Orange Quince Steam Mist. I really did not care for the Rose Camellia, but I did force myself to use it up. It was not horrible, but it just smells a bit like 90s potpourri, and I just wasn't really that into it. So I definitely will repurchase the Orange Quince Steam Mist. I like using this as kind of a setting spray after doing makeup. Right now I'm finishing up a Hydrosoil mist, so it's not quite as fine of a mist for setting, but I am going to use it up because those are really great products, and I don't really need to use those on my scalp anymore. I had discovered that the Hydrosoil products make a really nice scalp tonic if you're having hair or scalp issues. I was going through a period of prolonged stress, and my hair really took a beating from that. I was just going through these episodic periods of hair shedding. I detailed all of this in a hair rehabilitation video I did on Patreon last year, I think like a year ago this coming fall. I have an empty La Par mist. This is the Glow White Rose Sandalwood Mineral Water. This came in a previous Boxwalla box from 1 or 2 years ago. I had such a specific use for this. So most of my skincare is either tucked away in a medicine cabinet or in a drawer, but I kept this out on my bathroom vanity because for dental care, I've also done a whole video on dental care if you want to know more in depth about these topics, where this was probably 2 years ago now, or a year and a half ago, I started the Dr. Ellie dental care protocol. I basically kicked green dentistry or holistic dental care products with all the hydroxyapatite nonsense, kicked it to the curb. But using conventional dental products, I didn't want like residue from the mouthwashes to be around like my lips. So my last step after I brush my teeth or do like the Dr. Ellie 4-step process in the morning and the evening, I want to do some toner on my lips and then put on a lip balm. So this is what I used after my dental care routine to kind of just refresh my lips before putting on a lip balm. And I actually have an empty lip balm too. This is the Yena Recovery Lip Treatment, completely empty. And if you've used this, once you stop being able to easily squeeze product out, you can still get a lot by, you know, doing your contortions. And you know, you see what I'm doing? You sort of contort it to keep pushing the product out. And there is so much. I mean, I was able to do that for months. This has been completely run dry. I mean, of course, you could also cut the package open and scoop it out. I didn't do that. I just used it as much as I possibly could. So this is an empty, and I had a backup, and I'm using it in the evening. It's excellent. Jumping ahead a little bit just because it's related. This is the Indie Lee Lip Remedy Mask. It came in the Beauty Heroes Spring Makeup Discovery. I wanted to like this because the scent is nice. It's kind of orange vanilla, creamsicle smell, but it's too sticky and gluey for me. It's definitely a texture thing. This is if you like Bite Agave Lip Mask. I could never stand that product. Like if a product is too gluey, gloopy, sticky, it's not for me. So the effects of this are nice, but it was really a textural thing. I think the rest is body care, and then I have one hair care thing. This is the Weleda Hydrating Body Lotion. This comes in a bunch of scents. This is the Sea Buckthorn scent, which I have heard described before as a dupe for the Free and True Body Profit. I don't necessarily disagree. I actually do think that this is a great product if you like that kind of, it sort of smells a little citrusy, kind of similar to Free and True Body Profit. It's really nice, it's affordable, but I would probably just go for the unscented at this point because I use pretty scented products, like, you know, eco or green scented, but scented nonetheless for upper body care. So things like the Activist Green Body Oil, or here's some other empties. This is turning out to flow together quite nicely. The Inlight Neck Firming Serum, or I also have an empty Laurel California Body Oil. So, you know, the beautiful botanical smells of these body oils, like I want to enjoy that. And I just found that the Sea Buckthorn scent was competing a bit. So I would definitely purchase this again, but just in the unscented. I think they also do a rose and some other scents, but I love Weleda. I do have another Weleda product here as well. But let me quickly talk about these other body care things that I just mentioned. So Inlight Neck Firming Serum, I just finished this last night, actually. I used this very liberally, this bottle very liberally, so not just neck and décolleté, but I took this, you know, down my arms and like upper back and things like that. Everyone knows I love Inlight, great brand, beautiful products, can't go wrong. Laurel California Body Oil, I've had a long-standing love affair with the Sun Body Oil, and I actually have a full-size bottle waiting in the wings. I was really excited to get to try this just to be able to compare it. It's very nice. Again, it kind of has a bit of a citrus vanilla scent. It's more lightly scented than the Sun Body Oil, which has more of a prominent scent that I really love. While I like this, the Sun Body Oil is still up a notch for me. This one is beautiful, but it's kind of like a more gentle scent, a more gentle energy. I do think it's absolutely worth a try, but having tried both, the Sun Body Oil remains where it's at for me. 2 deodorants. Wow, I didn't realize I had 2 in here. So one from Weleda, this is the Sage Deodorant Spray, and this is the Ursa Major Forest Fix. Both empty. Why is that So exciting and fun. Replaced this right away, like I have a fresh bottle going, and this is gonna be in my next Beauty Heroes order because what I've realized is I really like interchanging these, one on one day, the other the next. And I find that if I'm only using the Weleda, it doesn't seem as effective. Like there's something about this that I feel really benefits from being in rotation with other products, which, you know, maybe sounds a little crazy to people, but I just find that it's not as effective if I'm only using this every day. So these are both liquid alcohol-y type spray deodorants. Years ago, I stopped using pastes and sort of more traditional formula deodorants, whether they're eco or not. I find that they always leave residue on clothing and it started to just make me angry. And I love the fact that these are residue-less. These may not be strong enough for you. I've gotten questions on the lives that I do on Patreon, like people looking for other recommendations because one or both of the, I think it's mostly related to this. This is definitely worth a try, the Ursa Major Forest Fix. I'm really into Ursa Major this year. The Beauty Heroes box featuring the body serum and that vitamin C face serum have been like standout products for me in 2026. Ursa Major is really serving it this year, in my opinion. I just am very, very into the products and the brand. So I had a really good experience with this. It works for me. I will say that this is probably a larger discussion. If you've had children and can relate, sometimes I feel that pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum can just completely give you like a spontaneous body reset. And that pertains to so many things. Again, like I'm saying, this is like a full sidebar discussion. But one of the things that I found went more into balance for me was sweating and body odor. Like I just don't have a lot of body odor. It's probably just related to how your hormones rebalance after having children. For me, having children was a hard reset button in a very positive way. I know it's not that way for everybody, but for me it was. So these work for me. But if you need something stronger, I do hear very good things about Primally Pure. That's probably the brand that I hear the most positive things about. Okay, this is the Glossy Nectar from OA, Empty. So satisfying. Again, everything about this is fulfilling and satisfying to me to use all these things up. I discovered OA through my hairstylist who was 2 years ago working at a salon that carried this line. And so I went on to try several OA shampoos, hair masks, and this styling product, which I really liked. Now she works in her own studio and she uses the brand Arete, I think, R-A-E-T-E accent. That's what she used today actually to shampoo out my gloss. I would repurchase this again, but right now I'm working through the Reverie Ever Recovery Hair Oil, which I really like. It's a nice dry, truly dry hair oil that I find is not too heavy for my hair. This also was very residue-less and very, very good at taming, you know, the frizzies or flyaways. This is not a good representation of what my hair actually looks like. Speaking of postpartum reset, my hair in the last 3 or 4 years has become very curly the way it was when I was a young child. My hair's been through just many, many phases. If I had not just had it blown out today, and because it's so humid out, it goes into ringlets underneath. Like I looked at my hair the other day, ringlets, mostly underneath, and then it's just kind of wavy on top. It's very strange. Okay, now to the discards. Let's just get the worst one out of the way first. This really is a public service announcement to not use this. I would say don't use this brand. Definitely do not use this particular scent. This is the 8 Days Botanical Body Wash in the Evergreen scent. So this is carried on Beauty Heroes. I bought it on a whim, just to have something new to try. This will disrupt your body's microbiome. And I have heard of this happening with native products too, just that ubiquitous clean line that's carried at Target. People just report developing things as intense as like a yeast infection from using those things, or just something being like not right in your body's microbiome. And that happened with this. So, and I am not the only one, because when I talked to, first of all, it took me a while to make this connection. I all of a sudden realized it, stopped using it, My body completely went back to how it is supposed to be. And I mentioned this on a live a month or two ago, and someone reached out to me and said, I have the exact same experience. Thank you so much, because I didn't really know what was going on. So do not use this product. It could be different with different scents, but I would never buy from them again. This is just old, and I never use dry shampoo anymore. This is the Momi dry shampoo. If I were to use a dry shampoo, this would be the one I would go for. It's kind of a tinted pink, almost clay formula. It has that beautiful flower essence Momi smell. It's honestly probably still good. It's maybe 4 years old. I just never use it, and I'm ruthless with my decluttering and purging at this stage of my life. I still really love it, and if I ever need a dry shampoo again, I would definitely consider repurchasing that. Symbiome, the Luminary Replenishing Eye Cream. This came in a Boxwalla box with a neck and décolleté serum, which I still have in my bathroom and I'm still using. Initially, I really liked this, and in fact, I mean, I do like it, though it always had some consistency issues. The texture separated, like some pumps were watery for a while and then it got clogged, so not perfect in that regard. I started using this and the True Botanicals eye serum that came in a past Beauty Heroes box right around the same time, and it was right around that time that I started developing really clogged pores on the side of my nose and moving under my eyes. And I did a podcast episode talking more about that, which led me to this facial that I had back in April that was this very clarifying, literally and figuratively, experience for me, and why I probably would never get any kind of traditional aesthetics treatment again. So again, there's always these deeper discussions to be had about these things. So I don't use an eye cream anymore. That's the long and short of it. I don't use an eye cream anymore. The only one I would use again is Infiore V Claire. And I am using the Solara, it's like a SPF eye cream. I also really like that Guardian SPF 50 serum from that Beauty Heroes box. So I am using those, but not like kind of in a traditional eye cream way. So I don't use eye creams anymore, so that's gone. This I'm clearing out just because it's old. This is a prior formulation of the Le Prunier Plum Tox mask. This is at least a year old, if not two. It came as, I think, a L'Amour, but once this showed up in the current July Beauty Heroes box, I figured, let's get rid of this. I only used it once and I didn't particularly care for the experience, but I can't comment on the one in the box because I haven't tried it yet. It does, one of the ingredients, I'm forgetting what the name of it is, in the Plum Tox mask does give a flushing effect to the skin, meaning you can get like some contact redness, but that's normal, I guess. Here's another clear out. I've never really liked this product and also have become just emboldened or just sort of freeing myself from the shackles of trying to be PC and pretend that I like this brand when I just really don't. I mean, there have been sporadic products that I have gotten along with okay, but by and large, I just really don't like True Botanicals. I don't like the scents. I don't really like the textures. They don't make me feel very inspired. I mean, I'm totally a black sheep with that. I understand that they're very popular, that most people really like them. So I mostly just stay quiet about it. So I have had so many jars of these eye patches because they've come in boxes or L'Amours, and I have used them. I can't keep them on for more than 9 or 10 minutes because they start to burn on me, and I don't even really feel like my eye area looks that much better after using them. I really do like the 3 Ships eye gels though, and those are the ones that I personally like and would recommend. So these, I'm just finally done. I'm just saying goodbye. Ere Perez Arnica Concealer in the shade Honey. I bought this a couple years ago. It was just so the wrong shade for me. This is shade 3, I think, and it's so light. It's just not a good color. For a shade 3, I don't expect it to be that. I mean, it just like wasn't even workable. A lot of times I can work with stuff, like case in point, the other thing that I do like was never the right shade for me, but I was able to make work and has now just expired, is this titanium dioxide free foundation from the brand MG Naturals out of Australia. Sorry, I know that I'm touching my hair excessively, but the humidity is really driving me nuts. This is a lot of foundation. I think if you're gonna order this, you wanna commit to this being like your main foundation that you're gonna use so you can really get the bang for your buck. Too light for me. This is in the shade Creamy Natural. But I am planning to repurchase once I work through a few other things in my makeup bag, and I'm gonna get the next shade up because I do like this formula, and I also do think that if we can, we should be avoiding titanium dioxide in skincare, makeup, sunscreens. And I did a whole video on titanium dioxide free and mica free makeup, which is much harder to find. A lot of mica is coated in titanium dioxide, which is why I grouped those together. Now, to me, it's more important to try and avoid it in skincare, sunscreen, and or base complexion products, but titanium dioxide and mica are in a lot of the makeup I use, like Manasi, for example, or RMS or what have you. It's very slim pickings out there, as if you were to go watch that video, you would see. But I do like these MG Natural products a lot. I use their powder foundation as a setting powder every day, and I have that product in Creamy Natural as well. And as a setting powder, it's perfect and great, and I would reorder that shade, but as the cream foundation, it was far too light. And then the very last thing I'm clearing out is this Clinique High Impact Easy Liquid Liner. This was recommended to me by someone on Patreon, and I enjoyed it for the time that I had it. I mean, there is still some product in there, but I then went on to try the 1999 liquid liner pen, and I just think it's a slightly better product. It's more opaque. It's more of like a jet black. This one I found I just had to really work to build up the color. And it doesn't, like, I don't quite know in these felt tips how, because in the 1999 you can hear the little ball mechanism in there when you shake. This like doesn't have that. So I think it must just be, obviously, like the ink is coming down through here, but I just don't get how it has like its own self-dispensing mechanism. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like kind of a stupid thing to dwell on. I just don't feel like I need 2 liquid liners, and I'm sorry that the sun has gone out a million times in the course of me doing this video. So that's all I've got. I felt like that was a very manageable amount of empties, and now with my newly organized office and my ruthless approach to clutter, I know that I need to keep up with managing the inflow and the outflow of products better and try and stay on top of things better. And I really feel that I'm entering a new era of L'Amour and of my life. So generally, I would absolutely love for you to come join me over on Patreon, patreon.com/LamourLaMusique. I actually have a small library of free videos over there, so you can join to become a free member. And if you do that, Patreon will actually sporadically send you deals to join, like you can get a month at a discounted rate, that type of thing. If you want to try it out, I have big stacked archives of videos there. I just checked the other day. I have, I think, 300 live Get Ready With Me's since 2017, 2018. And then I have 50, almost 55 live Q&As. I have an exclusive video archive of like 90 videos. I have my podcast that I publish every month. I'm up to episode 123. There's a lot there. I show up there a lot. If you want to dialogue more or come hang out and just have some weekly beauty therapy, I would absolutely love to have you. Hope you guys are all enjoying summer, and I'll see you soon. Bye.